A whirlwind of drama, Days of Our Lives preview for July 9th, 2025 episode brimming with emotional reunions, unresolved grudges, and secrets that could change lives forever. Bonnie Kyriakis, portrayed by the ever-vibrant Judy Evans, is back in Salem, and her return to the Kyriakis mansion is nothing short of a miracle. Earlier this year, fans held their breath when Bonnie suffered a harrowing fall down an elevator shaft, a tragic accident that left her fighting for her life. The incident was a stark reminder of the fragility of life, and for a while it seemed as though Salem might lose one of its most colorful characters. Yet, Bonnie's resilience shines through, and she's back, walking through the grand doors of the Kyriakis mansion with a fire in her eyes and a purpose in her heart. Bonnie's recovery has been a long and arduous journey. The accident left her with more than just physical scars. It forced her to confront her past and the choices that have shaped her life. Once known for her scheming ways and her uncanny resemblance to the late Adrian Kyriakis, Bonnie has worked hard to carve out her own identity in Salem. Her return isn't just about reclaiming her place in the Kyriakis family, it's about offering wisdom to those who need it most, particularly Sarah Horton. Sarah, played by Lindsay Godfrey, is at a crossroads in her life. Her relationship with Xander Cook has crumbled under the weight of betrayals and heartbreak, leaving her questioning her future. Bonnie, who knows a thing or two about navigating rocky relationships, steps in as an unexpected confidant. With her characteristic blend of tough love and humor, Bonnie reminds Sarah of Xander's darker side, his history of lies and manipulations that once tore them apart. "Honey," Bonnie might say, her voice warm but firm, "that man's charm is a double-edged sword. You deserve someone who lifts you up, not someone who keeps you guessing." Will Sarah heed Bonnie's advice, or will her heart pull her back toward the man she once loved? Gwen's return, a storm of unfinished business. Meanwhile, the arrival of Gwen Returns, portrayed with intensity by Emily O'Brien, sends ripples through Salem. Gwen's departure from town was anything but quiet. She left in the wake of a scandal involving her ex-fiancé Xander and her own tangled web of deceit. Years ago, Gwen and Xander were on the verge of marriage, their love seemingly unbreakable. But the truth about Gwen's role in a plot with Kristen D. Mara to keep Xander and Sarah apart came crashing down, courtesy of Abigail Devereaux's relentless pursuit of justice. The betrayal was a dagger to Xander's heart, and Gwen's subsequent discovery of Leo Stark's affair with Dimitri von Leuschner only deepened her wounds. Now Gwen is back, and she's not the same woman who left Salem in disgrace. There's a new determination in her eyes, a spark that suggests she's ready to confront her past and perhaps rewrite her future. With Xander and Sarah no longer together, the timing of Gwen's return feels almost faded. Could this be her chance to rekindle what was lost, or does she have a different agenda altogether? The chemistry between Gwen and Xander has always been electric, fueled by their shared history of guilt and redemption. But both carry heavy baggage. Gwen's manipulative past and Xander's own questionable choices make trust a fragile commodity. As Gwen steps back into Salem's orbit, questions swirl. Is she here to win Xander back, or is she plotting something more sinister? The July 9th episode hints at unfinished business, and for Gwen, that could mean anything from a heartfelt apology to a calculated move to reclaim her place in Xander's life. One thing is certain. Her presence will stir up old wounds and force everyone involved to confront the choices that have defined them. Marlena's silent struggle, a mother's strength tested across town. Dr. Marlena Evans, the heart and soul of Salem, is facing her own battle. Played with grace by Deidre Hall, Marlena has always been a pillar of strength for her family and friends. But even pillars can crack under pressure, and Marlena is no exception. She's putting on a brave face, reassuring her loved ones that she's fine, but her daughter Belle Black, portrayed by Martha Madison, sees through the facade. Belle knows her mother too well. Beneath Marlena's calm exterior lies a storm of emotions she's not ready to share. Belle, ever the devoted daughter, is determined to be there for her mother, but Marlena's reluctance to open up creates a poignant tension. For viewers who've watched Marlena navigate decades of challenges, from possession to heartbreak, this storyline resonates deeply. It's a reminder that even the strongest among us struggle, and sometimes admitting we need help is the hardest step of all. Will Marlena let Belle in, or will she continue to carry her burden alone? The July 9th episode promises an emotional exploration of this mother-daughter bond, tugging at the heartstrings of longtime fans. Doug's sacrifice. A hero in the making. In another corner of Salem, Doug Williams, played by Peyton Meyer, is stepping into the role of a reluctant hero. Debt is a heavy burden, and Doug's financial troubles have put him in the crosshairs of dangerous people. Determined to protect his loved one, Ari, portrayed by Marissa Reyes, Doug decides to take matters into his own hands. His decision to play the martyr is both noble and heartbreaking, a young man willing to risk everything to keep those he cares about safe. Doug's storyline is a classic Days of Our Lives tale of sacrifice and redemption. His determination to shield Ari from harm speaks to the enduring power of love, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As threats loom and the stakes rise, viewers will be left wondering, can Doug outsmart those who seek to harm him, or will his selflessness come at a devastating cost? Leo's Tale of Woe. A glimpse into the past. Meanwhile, Leo Stark, brought to life by Gwen Returns, is settling into a new chapter with Javi and their adopted baby, Tesoro. But as their domestic bliss takes shape, Leo's past comes knocking. Known for his quick wit and penchant for drama, Leo is no stranger to sharing his life story, often with a flair for the theatrical. As he opens up to Javi, viewers are in for a classic Leo moment, a heartfelt, if slightly exaggerated, recounting of his troubled childhood. Leo's story oscillates between two versions, both equally compelling. In one, he paints his mother as a cold, unapproving figure who never appreciated his talents or accepted him for who he is. "Nothing I did was ever good enough," he might lament, his voice cracking with emotion. In the other version, he describes a mother who showered him with praise, building him up only for the world to knock him down. "She told me I was destined for greatness," Leo might confess, "and then I'd go out and make a fool of myself, believing I could do anything." Both stories reveal the vulnerability beneath Leo's polished exterior, offering a deeper understanding of the man he's become. For fans, this moment is quintessential Days of Our Lives, a blend of humor, heart, and raw emotion that keeps us coming back for more. Will Javi see through Leo's dramatic flair to the truth beneath, and how will this revelation shape their budding relationship? A tapestry of drama and emotion. As the July 9th, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives approaches, Salem is poised for a collision of past and present. Bonnie's return brings wisdom and warnings, Gwen's arrival stirs up old passions and betrayals, Marlena's quiet struggle tugs at our hearts, Doug's sacrifice keeps us on edge, and Leo's storytelling reminds us why we love this town and its colorful characters. Each storyline weaves together to create a tapestry of drama, love, and redemption that has defined Days of Our Lives for generations. For those of us who followed the show through its many twists and turns, this episode promises to deliver the emotional depth and gripping storytelling we've come to expect. Whether you're cheering for Sarah to find her strength, hoping Gwen and Xander can mend their broken bond, or rooting for Marlena to open up to Belle, there's something for everyone in Salem. So, tune in on July 9th, 2025, and let the drama unfold, because in Salem, the sands of time never stop turning. Next, celebrating the 4th of July in Salem, a time-honored Days of Our Lives tradition full of fireworks, family, and history as the town of Salem gears up to celebrate another Independence Day in 2025. Viewers of Days of Our Lives know they're in for more than just fireworks in the sky. The 4th of July has long been one of the most cherished and meaningful traditions in the history of this iconic soap opera. For decades, NBC's long-running daytime drama has honored America's birthday with heartfelt gatherings, dramatic twists, and unforgettable romantic moments. And while some recent years have offered quieter celebrations, longtime fans, especially those who've watched since the beginning, know just how important this day has been to the hearts of Salem's citizens. From the iconic Horton Brady barbecues to tender family moments and even historic milestones in love and representation, July 4th in Salem is more than a holiday. It's a reflection of the town's beating heart. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to revisit the rich, emotional, and sometimes explosive 4th of July moments that made Salem sparkle in ways that went far beyond fireworks. A family tradition. Horton and Brady barbecues that brought everyone together. If there's one thing Salemites know how to do, it's celebrate holidays with heart. And few days showcase that better than the 4th of July. Back in the earlier decades of the show, it was almost an unspoken rule that the Horton and Brady families would host their annual July 4th barbecue. It wasn't just about hot dogs and hamburgers, it was about tradition. These events were more than just summer picnics. They were symbolic of unity, family, and togetherness. Jack Devereaux's famous burgers sizzling on the grill. Hope and Jennifer passing around lemonade. Children running through the yard with sparklers. Doug Williams and Julie Curtis singing patriotic tunes. These weren't just scenes. They were moments that made Days of Our Lives feel like home to millions of viewers. Often held at the Horton family home or at Bo and Hope Brady's iconic house. These barbecues welcomed both blood relatives and the chosen family of Salem. Those friends and neighbors who had become part of each other's lives through love, hardship, and shared experiences. Sadly, with the passage of time and characters moving away or passing on, these big family barbecues became less frequent. Still, the memory of them lingers like the sweet scent of smoke from a summer grill. Fans continue to hope that one day the tradition will be revived in full. Bo and Hope's firework of a kiss, a 1983 moment that defined romance for many devoted viewers. The 4th of July isn't just about red, white, and blue, it's about Bo and Hope. And their very first kiss? It happened on July 4th, 1983. It was at a festive fundraiser put on by none other than Eugene Bradford. A young and shy Hope Williams was running a kissing booth while Bo Brady, ever the charmer, showed up ready to have some fun. Bo didn't just buy one ticket. He bought dozens. He teased Hope with kisses on the cheek, each time daring her to handle something more. Hope blushed, flustered but intrigued. Then, as the fireworks lit up the night sky, Bo leaned in and gave her the real kiss. A passionate, soul-stirring, unforgettable kiss that would begin one of soap opera's most legendary romances. That moment didn't just make Hope swoon, it made fans across the country fall in love with Bo and Hope. It's a scene that is still replayed in montages and memories decades later because that kiss on that very 4th of July changed everything. Wisdom by the Grill. Doug Williams offers fatherly guidance. Jump ahead to July 4th, 2008, and the scene is a little more mature but no less meaningful. Bo Brady, now a father and husband himself, was found tending the grill once again, but this time he wasn't looking for romance. He was seeking advice. Beside him stood his late father-in-law, the beloved and wise Doug Williams, played by the dearly missed Bill Hayes. Bo confided in Doug about his concerns for his daughter, Chelsea Brady. She had begun dating an older man, Dr. Daniel Jonas, and Bo wasn't thrilled. Doug, in his calm and measured way, reminded Bo that forbidding Chelsea from seeing Daniel might just drive her deeper into the relationship. If you try to keep them apart, Doug warned, you'll only make her want him more. It was a classic moment of intergenerational wisdom, one of the many reasons fans loved Doug Williams so dearly. As always, Doug was right. And Bo, perhaps reluctantly, took his advice. But that moment on a summer afternoon, with the sound of laughter in the background and the smell of grilled food in the air, showed us that the 4th of July wasn't just about grand declarations. Sometimes, it was about quiet conversations between loved ones, passing down hard-earned truths under the open sky. Breaking barriers. Eli and Lonie's historic 4th of July moment. Not every milestone on July 4th has been about tradition or nostalgia. Some have been about progress. When Eli Grant and Lonie Price became the first black couple to be married on Days of Our Lives, it was a powerful and historic moment, and it happened around Independence Day. Their wedding was a celebration of love, of culture, and of change. It reflected a modern Salem, one where diversity and representation were not only acknowledged but embraced. For longtime fans of the show, especially those who had watched for decades without seeing their own stories reflected, Eli and Lonie's romance was a long overdue spotlight. And to have that union take place near the nation's Independence Day gave it even deeper meaning: freedom to love, freedom to be seen, and freedom to build a future together even in the ever-dramatic town of Salem. A legacy of fireworks, families, and firsts, from kisses in kissing booths to family debates over hot coals. From wise fatherly advice to breaking cultural ground, the 4th of July has been a vital thread in the tapestry of Days of Our Lives. Even if some years pass quietly, even if characters leave or pass on, the heartbeat of Salem on July 4th remains the same. Community, love, tradition, and the sparks, both literal and emotional, that fly when people come together. So as we prepare for another Independence Day in Salem this 2025, fans everywhere can only hope that the tradition continues, that there will be laughter, fireworks, maybe a romantic moment or two, and perhaps a little drama to keep things interesting. Because after all, no one does July 4th like Salem.